my practice and my classes have, my
Elevated.
game is elevated as a result of exposure to, just all kinds of things. There's a woman, Parita Shah, who's so
I'm going to write that down.
Parita Shah, who's so logical and business minded, and she has all these very practical things to do, and she's got worksheets and she's got steps and processes and checklists, and it's all like so organized and so easy to follow. Like Reiki is very nebulous, I feel like, and people can talk about a lot of different things, and she's like, here's what we're going to do. And I'm a pretty organized person.
Me too.
And she's talking and I was like, oh my gosh. And
she's speaking my language.
Yes. So she had her, the thing is, after their talk, they have an offer. And so they may give away a free, like, recorded meditation or a worksheet or a little booklet or give you a discount off a class or membership to something. And she had a worksheet that she gave away last year when I interviewed her. And I incorporate that into my classes now.
Oh, wow.
And like I said, I've been teaching for a long time. Yeah. And I was like, this is very helpful for me. Like, you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you haven't thought of. And so to listen to all of these very brilliant people with all this experience who have gone their own direction with it and come up with stuff, and you can this resonates with me. I want this. I'm going to incorporate this. I did not know that. I'm going to do that.
That's awesome, isn't it? Find what works and just take it on board and add it to your little toolbox.
Exactly. And again, I never would have clicked on her interview based on, I don't remember what the title was last year. I interviewed her again this year. She talked about chakras this year. And again, in the middle of the interview, she was talking about something and I was, taking notes. And I said, I bet you got a worksheet for that. And she said, I absolutely do. And I was like, I would like to have one.
Hand it over.
Yep.
Oh, that's really
fantastic.
Good.
I interviewed, there's this fabulous woman, Rose Weinberg, has a not-for-profit called Beam On. And what she does is she attunes blankets and she sends them out. People can order them for people that they know who are undergoing cancer treatment.
That's awesome.
So they get this blanket that is attuned to Reiki that they can snuggle in. And she gets fabulous feedback from these people who receive these blankets.
That is so amazing.
This would never had occurred to me ever.
No.
I interviewed Robin Benelli, who does animal Reiki. And, I have my rabbits here. I give them Reiki. They love it. And I think of Reiki with animals as pets. Your pets. You're going to give Reiki to your pets. My students give Reiki to their pets. And she was talking about not only techniques and information that's specific to animal Reiki, which is helpful for anyone who loves animals, but then she was talking about giving Reiki at animal shelters and giving Reiki to livestock. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's fabulous. Here I'm doing outreach and it never, livestock, that just never crossed my mind. So anyone who's an animal lover would definitely want to tune in to that. There were definitely some business-oriented things. Andrea Kennedy, who's the host of Beyond the Reiki Gateway podcast.
Yes, I know.
Talked about, So she talked about taking your Reiki business and classes online, teaching classes via Zoom remotely, which is a little bit controversial. Andrea's wonderful. I teach my classes in a hybrid fashion. People can be in the classroom and people can Zoom in both. So she and I had a great discussion about that.
That's good.
Yeah, Christian Stone of, am I going to remember the name of his business? Standing Stone Healing Therapy, has a book coming out. Are you Reiki business ready? And his whole talk was about, are you contemplating going into business with your, you're doing your Reiki. Maybe a lot of people are interested in getting Reiki from you. Are you interested in going into business? And how do you know when you're ready to do that? And what are the steps to do that? And he has a book coming out and he talked about that. So some really practical, applicable information, as well as whenever there was an opportunity and someone was talking about a skill set, intuition, mediumship, whatever, I asked if they would do an exercise. So as you're watching their talk, we might just stop for 5 or 10 minutes and do an exercise that you can do right there while you're watching.
Perfect.
one of them was Kim Chesney from Intuition Labs did this great visualization exercise, and it's about decision making. So you're going to visualize two different things and ask the question, and then they changed visually. Like, to me, who I'm not a very visual person, it was such an obvious feedback loop for me that I think anyone could do in decision making. And I was like, this could benefit everyone tuning into your intuition and having access to this very simple, do I do this or do I do this? So just, it was so rich. Yeah. And again, I've been doing this a long time, and every single person I talked to, there were fabulous takeaways.